What's up, people? Welcome back to another video. Wait, it's been a long time. I believe it's been over a year and I have missed you lot entirely. I miss getting on just gaming. I miss talking to everyone. I miss all of it. I miss just the content side of things. Yeah, so leave me a comment and let me know how you're doing so I can read and reply and do all that good stuff. So we have a few things to talk about today. And one of them is a little thing called this Battle Royale that people were speculating about, something like that. I don't know if you've heard. Well, first we had Firestorm, and then we had Hazard Zone, and now we've got something being labelled as Battlefield Royale. Now everything I'm going to go over in this video is game files, so they're not entirely facts, but they have been leaked. So essentially, it's pretty much going to happen. Now, Byron B, the game executive, being a part of Activision, who is now the general manager of Battlefield, who played a significant role in the launch and development of Warzone, that big old Call of Duty game that came out in 2020, I don't know if you knew. So he is creating this Battle Royale with a company called Ripple Effect, formerly known as DICE LA. And it says here they are developing a new Battlefield experience, which is widely believed to be the Battle Royale, as it was Criterion before who led Firestorm. But I think this time they're looking to just support Ripple Effect to use their experience with the good and bad things they did with Firestorm. Now it's going to be a standalone free Battle Royale, which is 100% what we need. It needs to increase the player base, as we know how Firestorm went when they only made it able to be played if you had the game itself.
Can't see anything.
Now the Battle Royale will be coming out a few months after they drop the multiplayer and single player. Pretty much what they did with Firestorm last time. It did come out in the next year. They're looking to release Battlefield on October the 10th. So the Battle Royale most likely will be January, February possibly time. So it will be good to try out the multiplayer first, and I think it will probably be a good thing in a way for some. It'll allow you to mixture with the maps, get a feel for the game, start learning how the weapons are being used. Now I'm going to put the potential Battlefield 6 Battle Royale map on the screen now. Now as you can see, there are plenty of names on the map. Marina, Main Street North, Golf Resort, the Valley, Main Street South, the Lighthouse, Fort Linden, and the Docks. Now by looking at the map, you can see that the Docks has a very similar style to the old Battlefield 3 map, No Shah Canals. Now I've only actually played this on 2042 as I didn't play Battlefield 3, but it's a classic map that has been played on TDM, and for all the Call of Duty players, I'd say it's like a bigger version of Shipment for reference. Now the location of this map is set to be on Linden Beach. Size of the map, I'd say is a good Battlefield size map. Firestorm was pretty big to get from one end to the other. But compared to Firestorm, where it was a World War II style game, you're going to have a lot more ways of rotating quickly through the map. As with Firestorm, you had slow moving tanks and a helicopter that took one shot and it was down. Now the thing I'm interested mostly about is the circle. Now the circle is a ring of fire, but they are calling it the NXC Flamefront. Now all of the circles in most Battle Royale games allow you to rotate when you're in the storm if you're caught off guard and you haven't rotated early. However, this storm is destroying anything it touches instantly, and it's prioritizing fast gameplay and making you get and rotate to the center of the map as quick as possible. And it's been labeled as the deadliest collapsing circle in BR history. Now that's put a whole spin on everything everybody knows about Battle Royales. Players within 10 meters will have a fire effect on their screen and immediately die once you touch the ring. So it's basically trying to push you in as quickly as possible. So no real late rotations, otherwise you will be risking your squad dying. It is completely crazy, and it's going to make you think entirely different about how you rotate into the center, if not every time. I can't think of another Battle Royale that's done anything like this, but I think it's potentially a good thing because the last Battle Royale with Firestorm, the average game time was about 20 to 25 minutes, and that was just way too long for a game. So there's things going to be like class chests that contain loot tailored to your chosen class that you choose before the game. You got rare chests where you can upgrade weapons, call-ins, plate carriers, which allow you can double your armor capacity. Whereas with Firestorm, you had a free plate system if you had a heavy armor, medium armor 2, and obviously no armor, you'd have just 1. But I think they're going for the middle ground with a 2042 base / Warzone, where you start off with probably 1, and then you can upgrade to 2. But I think you can only have that if you've chosen that type of class, where you're allowed to carry multiple or put on multiple of those plates. For instance, if you use the scout class and you've got a sniper and you tag the player, it will follow for a short time. There are custom weapon drops, which are pretty much like loadouts. However, it only allows you to retrieve just one of your weapons and you'll have to find a second one in order to get the other. It says there's a gunsmith kit, which you can improve your weapons and upgrade it. I'm not sure how good the upgrading system is. Is it going to be like a pack-a-punch from zombies? Or is it going to be just a slight twinge? It's a bit frustrating that you're not getting both weapons when you get your loadout, especially when you've only got a short amount of time to do everything. So they've got priority missions during the game, which are field upgrades. So the more missions you do, the more upgrades you'll get. There's something called a shakedown where you can perform a takedown similar to Warzone with the interrogation, but you take their dog tags briefly and then it will reveal their squad mate so you can see where they are and go and get them. So with vehicle containers, you can activate a combat vehicle container using a key card that you'll have to find, but once it's opening you'll have to defend it. Similar to Firestorm with the turning wheel. However, I'm not sure if you're going to do it manually or if you just press a button once you enter this key card and then you just have to defend it with the map having some knowledge that you're opening up a locker for a vehicle. But there are also anti-tank crates, so if there's an enemy combat vehicle in your area and you have no anti-vehicle weapons, keep an eye out for a marked AT drop. I know I don't like to carry around a rocket launcher with me when I'm running around the map trying to get kills and win the game, so this will be handy for me. Now vehicles can be OP. That's a squad.
They in a vehicle? Oh, woo! Fuck's sake, man, every fucking time.
Oh my god, someone clip that. Yeah, sorry Mick. Now vehicles are a weird one for battle royales because you could get a really good player or squad who knows how to use one of these tanks, gunner vehicles. And with Firestorm, because of how slow tanks were and how slow the vehicles were, they weren't dominant at all. So they were quite balanced, because you could sit with a tank and if you were sat in the open there was a likely chance you could die, but you could also avoid it at all costs because of how slow it was to move the cannon round. Now with modern technology, with the gunners and the cannons, those are moving around like rapid speed. So if you're caught out in the open, you haven't got that chance to see the tank and then react. You're just going to get blown up and you're going to be gone. And as it's a modern / future style battle royale, I don't know how this is going to play out. I personally hate tanks and I wish it wasn't in the game, but this is Battlefield at the end of the day, so it's going to have this style of thing. They just need to balance it the right way. And we all know DICE loves some balancing. So coming back from the dead, respawns, redeployment. Now this wasn't in Firestorm. It did have a sneak peek into Hazard Zone. Now what they are copying back from Hazard Zone was if you was to die too early on, you would be able to respawn. Now they're bringing this back, but only early on in the game. So I like this in a way because it does give you more opportunities, and if you do mess up, you have another chance to come back. I think there should be multiple ways you should be able to redeploy. And another one is mobile redeployment points, where you're basically, if you're the last man on your squad, you can go to this redeployment bit and you can get your teammates back in the game. I can't tell you the frustrations of being downed on Firestorm and being finished and literally having to wait a 20-minute game because you've landed in at bloody the dam and there's 10 people around you and you're instantly MG42'd because you didn't grab a gun quick enough, and you're sitting out watching the squad for the whole game. Firestorm players will know what I'm talking about. You could make a whole roast dinner and come back. Now this is a weird one. Oversight system. The oversight system allows soldiers out of the fight, basically spectating, to stay in the action with remote cameras, drones and turrets. Now if you capture an oversight terminal, you give your dead squad mates control of advanced security systems with lethal potential. So to me it just sounds like you can bomb and kill players even though you're spectating. So little Jimmy Bob, he's been brought back 3 times but he's not got a kill to his name and he's now dead again. But little boy Jimmy Bob can airstrike you. So surely if you've eliminated one team and the last player of that squad gets away, redeploys all of his teammates, and then you kill majority of them again, and he's captured one of these points, they can now kill you through spectating. Surely that's just not a thing. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if it's going to be too lethal, but surely once you're dead, you should be dead.
Where the hell was that
Now, reading off the oversight gadgets, the drones accessible by the oversight system literally, quote, bombs away. So is that an airstrike? Is that dropping bombs through the drone? How does that work? Because little Jimmy Bob's excitement and he wants it right now. There's also oversight turrets via the oversight system and are vulnerable to enemy fire when controlled. So turrets and battle royale, not sure that's a good idea, but we'll see. So even if you haven't secured one of these oversight terminals, you can use the public cameras while spectating, which allows you to get a head start with your teammates by looking through these security cams and pointing out where players are to maybe help while you're spectating. I suppose it does give a bit different way of spectating rather than just sitting there. With the looting system, it says when scavenging, walk over dead enemies' backpacks to collect their ammo and armor plates. You can recover combat vehicle access keycards from killed hostiles that were holding them also. So it sounds like you're not going to get the traditional way of battle royale where you've got every single piece of their loot on the floor. It just seems like you're collecting the main stuff of the game. Maybe they'll drop their weapon as well. Also, you can loot vehicles. Some abandoned military vehicles can be looted, but be careful of alarms. I also don't understand the problem with Battlefield players, especially the multiplayer players, that moan about why a Battle Royale is being introduced into the game. They did it with Firestorm, and no way am I defending Hazard Zone because that game was a pile of trash. But before even the release of that game mode, they were all saying the same things as well. Surely more eyes to the game is only success. If you bring more people into the game, it means they are most likely going to try the multiplayer side of it as well, which brings more people in, which equals more money, which makes the company have to listen to what the demand is. And also, if there's a small group of people complaining, the company's not going to listen. But if there's a lot more and they're going to move on and play something else, surely they've got to listen. Also, balance is such a great word because it's the key to what's right. The Battle Royale was created for other BR players to come and try out and hopefully stay. Battlefield are aiming to get millions of players onto their game, and the only way you're going to do that is what's popular at the minute, which is a Battle Royale. The big Battle Royales like Warzone on COD, Fortnite, Apex, all these other ones that are popping at the minute. Battlefield have got to compete with them. The Battle Royale was never meant for the Battlefield multiplayer players. It's meant for these players to try and get them off that game and onto theirs. I'm just hoping they don't make the same mistake they made with Firestorm, then Hazard Zone. They come out with a banger of a Battle Royale. All of us Battlefield BR players on Firestorm, we've been waiting so long. You know who you are. We've been waiting so long for such a good Battle Royale. We know the potential Firestorm had. We went on banging on it for ages. You can go back and watch so many videos and so much content about Firestorm. They didn't put any support into it basically from day one. Treated it as almost like a test, and it didn't go far. And I would know because I played that game religiously and I had a few good moments on it, I'd like to say. But yeah, the base game of it had so much potential. I think Hazard Zone was just one of those weird ones. They came up with an extraction type mode. I'm not a fan of extraction style. Battle Royales are the ones that are popular, and that's what's bringing people's attention to it. So the multiplayer is coming out on July 31st of this month at 11:30 AM Pacific time, which is 8:30 Central European Summer Time, and also 7:30 for the UK people out there. Now, we don't know what's going to be on the reveal. Will they sneak peek a bit of the Battle Royale at the end? Will it be during? Will there be absolutely any of it? We don't know. We'll find out at the time. Will I be there? Hell yeah. And will I be telling you more about it on my channel if they do release something? Yes, I will. I did this on the lead up to Hazard Zone and Firestorm I went nuts for. I'm a big believer in Battlefield can create a masterpiece of a Battle Royale and they can compete with the big boys at the top. They just need to be consistent and they need to put the work in. The multiplayer release is coming in October and they said that the Battle Royale is going to be separate, so it's going to be some time after in the new year, but we'll have to see when they actually announce it. They need to hurry up though, because of GTA 6 coming out and that huge game that's been in the making for years now. A lot of people are going to be turning to that. Now on the last thing, it does say last squad surviving, so it is a Battle Royale, but a lot of things that we've gone over today doesn't sound like the classic type of Battle Royale that people are used to. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Are they trying to be different or is it being too much? Let me know your opinions over everything in the comments. I'm going to be keeping you updated on everything Battle Royale related on Battlefield 6. So if you want to subscribe, I will be making more videos on this. I'm going to hopefully get back into the streaming side of things. I've missed a lot of you guys and I've missed a lot of the gaming. So I'm going to be playing possibly Hazard Zone, possibly Firestorm and some other Battle Royales on the lead up. I'll hopefully see you there on my Twitch at /drift. Thank you for tuning in today and all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. It's nice to see your faces here again. If not, if you're new, respect. But I've been Drift. Thanks for being here and I'll catch you lots later.